back to our channel. Today I bring you, I think is the recipe that all of you were waiting for. And although I think this recipe is the most known around the world. Today we are going to make paella. In Spain, there is a lot of controversy about the ingredients that paella has or not. I don't care. I don't know if you can remember a few years ago when the famous Jamie Oliver made a paella with chorizo. All people here was terrified. Oh my god, paella con chorizo! And if you go to Valencia, if you ask for an authentic paella, this paella must have specific ingredients. For example, chicken, rabbit, green beans, and other ingredients. So I just want to make it simple for you. When I make a rice in a paellera, I will say that it is paella. And when I make rice in a pot, I will say that this is rice with mushrooms or perhaps a risotto, just rice. The only secret that I have to share with you, to make a good paella, you need a good broth. Yoko thinks the same. So let's get started with the ingredients. With these ingredients, I will make paella for about 2-3 people. For the rehash, we need a green pepper and tomato. Our main ingredients, prawns, squid and mussels, a bay leaf and saffron. Rice, I'm going to use bomba rice, but you can use any round grain rice. Fish or vegetable broth, I like to use a little yellow food coloring. We are going to start by adding about 5 tablespoons of olive oil to our paella pan. Chop and add the green pepper. We have to fry it very well, about 10 minutes until it's soft and toasted. While it cooks, we are going to chop the tomato. Add it to the pan and fry everything very well for another 15-20 minutes. We want our vegetables are like a paste. Meanwhile, we are going to clean the shellfish. Clean the squid, remove the skin and clean the inside. We wash very well under the tap and chop. Peel the prawns and watch out! We must always keep an eye on our rehash, that it doesn't burn. Make a cut in the upper part to extract the intestine. Wash very well under the tap and reserve. Don't throw this away. We are going to use it to make our broth. In a small saucepan, add the shells and fry them a little. I like to add a little white wine to remove all the flavors from the bottom. When the alcohol has evaporated, add half a little of water and let it cook for about 5 minutes. As you can see, our rehash is ready. It's wonderful and full of flavor paste. We can now add the rest of the ingredients. Add the bay leaf and squid and stir. add the mussels, the saffron, and stir well. Strain the broth that we have just made and add it to our pan. And add the fish or vegetable broth. In my case, I'm using the octopus broth that I had in my freezer from another video. If you don't have broth, you can also add water. Don't worry about the quantity. Fill the pan almost to the top. Add a little coloring and stir. Now we are going to cook it until it reduces at least 1 finger. Set a mark on the pan and keep an eye on it. Can you see? It has already reduced. Our broth, it's perfect. It only remains to try it in case you need to add a little salt. In a cup, we are going to put the rice so that later we can calculate the amount of broth that we need. I usually use 2 handfuls per person plus 1. Now I'm going to strain the broth into a jug. I never do this because I always put the rice in the pan directly because I know more or less the correct amount. But if you don't dare, this is a good way to calculate it. We are going to add our cup of rice and 3 cups of our broth. The broth that you have left over, keep it in case we need it for later. Cook for about 10 minutes and place the prawns throughout the pan. Cook another 10 minutes, and if you see that the rice is dry and is still hard, add the broth you need and cook until it's done. If you want to get the famous socarrat, the socarrat is when the rice sticks to the bottom of the pan and is golden and crispy. You just have to raise the heat to full and leave it for about 20-30 seconds. Turn off the heat and cover with a lid. You have to let it rest for at least 5 minutes. And it's ready. Time to try it. This is the famous socarrat. I hope you have enjoyed so much this recipe. It's so easy to make. Perhaps the most difficult thing is to get the correct amounts of rice and broth that you can rectify. So let's try it. This one is my mother's recipe, and it's delicious. It's so good. See you the next Wednesday in the next video. Bye bye.